Greetings to everybody. We welcome you from the core of our heart to our platform, Global Peace Institute, and we are here with our episode 7 of Girls Peace Talk. So, we are very excited to share our views with you guys, and we hope you will enjoy our conversation. So here I am, Naina Sampson from Pakistan, and I am one of the youth ambassador of Global Peace Institute. And I have my colleague, and she would like to introduce herself also.
Hi everyone. So this is Solen Baban from Iraq, Kurdistan. I'm 22 years old and I'm also one of the youth ambassadors of Global Peace Institute. And I hope you guys learned so many things from us, or most of the things from us, and enjoy the experiences we'll be sharing right now. So Naina, let's start.
Yes, Solen, thank you so much. It's always pleasure to have you on board. So, as you know, that we are always sharing our views, our personal stories, and our experiences regarding what we go through in our life, regarding all those gender discrimination, relatedness, and the gender biasness and those barriers which girls have to go through in their life. So today our topic would remain focused upon patriarchal systems and those barriers that girls have to face when they are growing up in their run of their careers and their paths to choose. So I think it is a very interesting topic, Solen. What do you think about the topic that we are having today?
Well, I find it something interesting, and it's one of the most subjects that must be discussed by others. And that's why me and you chose this, I guess, is for fighting and also for sharing some stuff that already we've been through, and it can be something that other women can be supported by, because I'm sure that there are so many people are like feel the depression and because they can't do anything right now, but we can be that support and we can be that thing that will encourage them to wake up and fight like us. So the subjects that we're talking is focusing about women's right, of course, and also about the violence that they they're taking. So which is the more we have spoken about the equality, and the more we have realized that the fighting for women has to often become the synonymous with people hating. So we're trying to living in a world where the community are harshing on women. So I guess we should start with your questions and let's begin.
Yeah, you're very right, and I'm very glad that we would be talking and sharing certain stories. But my first question, since you are from Iraq, and I want to know what is the culture of Iraq, and whether you have to go through the same stories like we are facing in all that Asia region, or it's kind of different at your side.
Well, at first I was thinking about the same thing. Are you guys facing the same things we're facing? Well, in Iraq, the things we were facing that women didn't have that right to move or do anything, whatever they want. It was all about raising them, reach to an age from 10 years old and more, and get married and serve their husbands and do nothing, not studies, not working, not proving themselves to the community, unfortunately. On the other hand, is also abusing them for just sit at home, clean, wash, but no learning, and just listen to your husband. You're not even allowed to do whatever you want, not going out, not wear whatever you want. For example, we have families in our community that if the girl loves someone, they will kill her because she doesn't have to go out of the border or out of her family. She has to they forced her to marry someone in the family. If she didn't, and if she loved someone else, they think that she did something bad and they'll just say her goodbye. Maybe by burning her, maybe by do what kind of violence that we already face in our community, not just. So unfortunately, we have this kind of stuff, but at the same time, we have a bright side too. Then with the time, we will come to it and talk about it.
Exactly. In Pakistan also, we also have like both the ends. We have good part of our culture as well, and patriarchy as well, that we feel secure when someone is like there to watch upon us. And there is a bad part also, that sometimes when they are too much into us and they're like not letting us find ourselves, go out and explore things, and we lose ourselves. And it is very important for a girl or any person to just value themselves and understand that they have the cause and they have a destiny through which they have to go through, and they could find themselves. I'm very much amazed that I never thought that in Iraq you have to go through same issues. In Pakistan as well, there are so many cases that are quite very famous worldwide, known as honor killing, that once you get married on your own will, with your own likeness, and then relatives are against you, your family is against you, and the society around you who actually know nothing about you are also against you. But why? Because they've been listening upon all those terms that are been imposed upon you. So likeness is nothing bad. But choosing a wrong person is bad, I guess. For that, I think that girls should be educated to choose the right, but it is a setback of our society that still most of the people are not educated, especially girls, and there are so many issues of forced conversion going on in Pakistan as well. There are so many issues of early child marriages going on in Pakistan, and I think it's same in India, it's same in Bangladesh as well. But I think that we cannot blame the whole society, because it is one of the generational to generation process, and we can just help our girls that are there in our constituencies, our area in which we're living, so that if we cannot support the whole world, at least we could support one part from ourselves, so that they may get out of those situations. At least they could make a better decision when they are choosing whether their partner, whether they're choosing their career, whether they are going to make any decision that is related to their life. So we could make or help them support in making healthy decisions. So what do you think about it, Solen?
Well, like in my life, for me, like if I started talking, I lost hope in me, even humanity, I started laughing. I remember laughing at people and actually thought that the world will become a better place, or it will get everything better with the time, but especially in Middle East for us, because developing for them is everything, but for me it was impossible, because girls and peace and understanding was something that even exists here. But now, since I was going through so many, that's why I haven't even agreed with with rest of the world. But as a person, when I traveled to several places, I found out that in every country that everyone is facing several things, but not one thing. Maybe one of we have things are related to each other, but still there are more than we're facing as well. Me as a person, if I started talking about my life, I faced a lot of things. One of the things that is standing my family against me when I first started working in volunteerism networks and everything. Also, telling me that I have to be worried about what people says on me with good and bad, because that's the exactly thing that they wanted me to stop working or do something like any other people in life. When I was younger than 18 and 19, I wasn't allowed to go with my friends or do whatever I want that much. But then when I started working, I fought for myself, and I told them no one is allowed to control me anymore, and I have to do something because I saw my community that needs help, not just for women's rights, but for the equality too, and for youth as well. And their rights have been eaten, and then we have to do something. We have to do something so we can let other people stand up and work with you, and also stand on their feet and fight for what they want, and not just be silent against abusing that we get or the violence we're seeing each day. Why should we just be silent on watching other people ruining their children's life or their girls' life? We all know that the girls are, as you said earlier, that we are here for a purpose, or there's a reason behind the women being created, or be one of the creatures that living on this earth or culture that we're living in. And I think it's that for proving themselves to the world, and also tell them that we are one of the things that needs right to do something different, because no one will, maybe the things we can do, no one else can do, So, yeah.
Yeah, you're right, Solen, and I'm very much inspired from you. And I'm glad to know you more even now, because even though we've been connected, I never got a chance to know this much about you. So, yeah, you're right. We have to go through these paths to prove ourselves. And like when you were talking, it was just going on into my mind that how I had to struggle too when I was studying. And it was not easy for me to choose my subject myself, because some of the family said you have to choose this and you have to choose this. There were so many recommendations, and mostly what they said is you can be a teacher, because our society thinks that the teaching job is most respectable, and most of the people are against all those social sector or political sector, because they find that it is not one of the respectable profession. So yeah, I was talking about when I choose psychology, most of the people said that there is no future of psychology in Pakistan, though I'm a psychologist now. But yeah, they were not letting me to study, telling me things that you will be treating all those mad people. Yeah, you have to go through those maniacs, and they will do this and they will do this, and they would talk about certain stories that were part and that was happening somewhere around the world, and they were not in general, but there were a few stories, and they were telling me, and I was like, oh my God, what to do? I was filled with so much depression, and even after getting my degree in psychology, I had to do inter degree known as PTC, that was a primary teaching certificate, as an extra degree with my master's, because I had so much of pressure that I had to do teaching. So yeah, I'm continuing teaching as a trainer as well these days. But sometimes you have to, um, you have to keep your patience, because you cannot explain yourself that why you're doing so. And you
Exactly.
have, yeah, even though you're going through depression, and even though you have to heard all those lies from the society that are not real, but they're just doing it because they are there to say everything, and we cannot stop them. But yeah, you have to stay committed, and you have to believe in yourself. And once you stop believing in yourself, things change. You just lose. And the moment you decide that you will just stay focused, things are different for you. You get positive energy. And yeah, then what happened? Next step was, after getting my psychology degree, I was taking different projects of counseling and mental health, and this was the reason I stepped into the social sector, and now I'm one of the social activists as well. But it wasn't easy, because times when I had to travel, there were so many people saying certain things, especially your relatives. Oh, God may bless them more.
Yeah.
They're there to tell you things, and you have to like listen. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well,
So, and
yeah, the like all I think about is the way that humans should work with is the first start with their peace mind and everything. No one is thinking about peace beside anything else. Like for example, all I see is that the way that humans should work is with the word peace is to provide more peace talks, like tell them that we need opportunities to young people and women also to bring solutions and theory on, because I believe that when the future, like they are the future already, you know. If we moved wrong right now, if we still let all these things like surround us, even the new generations will get affected by this and will be maybe worse than we're facing right now, because they will think in more developed way, you know. So I guess the children has like they're the future, and also the women are the future at the same time. And why girl peace talk should need it is because I see some changes are required in the way we live, and we must understand that the offenses and the violent living in a habit, we need to break that the cycle. We need actually to bring the changes into the system and of education itself, since currently compassion is not taught, you know. Also the reasons why we don't yet have the girls peace talk or girls peace or women's peace is because we refuse taking responsibility being a victim or like of physical or psychological abuse. So when I started working is to make like peace, and also I started to call an action to bring attention to women's rights without our society discussed ways to build bridges among our communities. I want to show that although men and women are different, like although men and women are different, we deserve to have the same rights and same opportunities, you know. So it's the easiest way to bring peace first and be honest. When you're honest, you will start with something that no one will even imagine. And what kind of responsibility should next generations take is providing peace in every way. So when you focus on this, you will be focusing on other things in life and how you can also develop the way that people are thinking by the education and by other things that we're facing right now, especially now if we want to prove or we want to do something or support people is by having more opportunities for women or other youth is to work and do like improve themselves with the conferences and the things that we're doing right now, because that's the only way to not let people fight. Because if we were doing a specific thing by
you were saying, like, so many things that I could relate with myself also. So, yeah, Solin, you are right. Girls' Peace Talk is very much important because not only it is better for their social, emotional, and mental development, but also it could help and support all those girls who could not actually discuss themselves in family or with peers because there are so many fears. So, listening upon to these peace talks, they can relate themselves that they're not alone, and there are so many people going on through the same issues in world, like we have so many tremendous episodes previously as well. So yeah, they were very helping. Even when I was listening to Miss Bam and all those others, Laiba, Siddhi, and all our colleagues, even their stories were so much helpful for me to understand that how we have to keep patience, how we have to understand ourselves, and how we have to value ourselves, believe in ourselves, and understand that we have to choose a good path and keep walking into it. And even if we have to go through some issues, and even if someone is telling us not to do so, and we have to face gender biasness even at workplace, even in our universities or colleges or schools, wherever we are, we have to stay focused. So, Solid, this reminds me of one of the other discrimination, that even when we are working on our workplaces, we have to face one more discrimination, that though working on a same post or position, uh, males are giving more salaries for the same position, and females are provided with less salaries. And it's not going on in Pakistan. History talks about that it happened in Europe, it happened in US as well, and most of the part of the world, women have to face or go through the same issues. Therefore, we celebrate Women's Day these days with so much of enthusiasm. So, yeah, do you want to say something upon this topic?
Well, what I want to say is here, and these kind of things are different. It's the opposite of this thing, is that women has the highest salaries in our community.
Really?
Because here they think in a very wrong way, which is giving more money, you'll get more things from them. And also, we have types, we have these kind of types of, like, we have these types of girls that they lived in a poor family, so they haven't seen that much of money, or that they didn't get the chance to spend or do whatever they want, like other people who lives in like rich family. So when they started working, they started accepting the abuses and everything that already, like, that accept everything just to take the money, is, but all I think is it's not taking more money. It's not about selling yourself. You can do other things, is by, for example, working 2 works in a day, do 2 jobs in a day. You don't have to do something else so you can get more money, so you can live more freely, So yeah, these kind of stuff exists here, and it's unfortunately still going on, and maybe we'll have more and worse in the next generations.
Yeah, so things varies from society to society, and yes, obviously it is one of the setback of our society or nation, because there are few who could not value themselves, and then they choose something that they don't need to. So, talking about good parts now, we I think we've done already done or said and
Yeah.
changed a
Well, the
lot.
things we talked about is not about letting other people down or
Yeah, yeah.
telling them that these things exist only, but we also have to let them that this is the fact, that's the truth that we're seeing right now. We're not talking on you, we're not talking bad on anyone else, but I know they're just facing it, and they think that they have no chance beside these kind of stuff. So in everywhere, like everywhere, there's a good and bad, as you said. So now let's go to the good side.
Yeah, just as our topic is patriarchy, so I would love to explain, and this is one of my favorite topics. So, patriarchy, that everyone feels like it's a burden. Yes, it is most of the time, because it is like with both extremes. Sometimes we get support from patriarchal systems because we have our brothers around, we have our father to support us, to secure us. But in most of the situation, when they are not there, and they are imposing things upon us, and they are not letting us to grow ourselves, and so there we have to face difficulties as well. So everything have both the pictures, good and bad. What do you think, Solin?
Well, in our country, the good things that we have is nowadays, or in the, as we say, in the 21st century now, our community is focusing on women as well at the same time. Like, for example, they're supporting them and giving them more job opportunities than the men. So the good things now is in our community are trying, especially in 21st century, they're trying to give women more chance to work and provide them job opportunities even if they're not graduated, because they think that if giving them hope, giving them opportunities is a chance to prove themselves as well to the world, because they started thinking that half of the solving the problems is like the solution is women, and also like the keys of running everything from the problems. Like they started thinking if there's no women, half of their problems is not solved already. So even now, guys start thinking and telling us that, what is this? They've started to, even the women started eating the whole world, not just us, because the opportunities that given us, it's not for them at the same time. So if we did something, for example, if we worked on a conference all together, maybe they'll choose 10 people, 10 boys, but the rest is all girls, because they want them to prove themselves and work on something that no one else could imagine that they can do that much. Because as a person, for me, I've done so many things that guys even can't do. And at the same time, I've done the things that also guys can do. So when they saw something like this, I was one of the examples that other people believe themselves can do so much more than guys as well, and and also in schools, when we go to schools, they given opportunities to girls to have like to travel around the world and explore conferences about peace and women, and also teaching them how to live or improve themselves with education or other things in life. And also parents started to change their minds and ideas by giving them the time of living, and see if they can trust their daughters for having that power that every else has. Because and see the good sides in them, not just forcing them to marry and sit at home, but also like supporting them while they're divorced, because they see what kind of powers they had already and what kind of works they've done, and the problem is not with their daughter but with the other side as well. And the other good thing in our society, if a woman got abused or like got any violence things from other, like from other gender or other kind of gender or anyone else, is just to take them and hide and bring them somewhere else to save them and give them an opportunity to stand on their feet and move forward, not going down, but go higher, you know?
Yeah, I understand. It is like wow, because we have few achievement in past few years as well, and I've been thinking about all those harassment policies that had been introduced in different companies and how they are supporting women's not to feel like low in any case. And yeah, there are so many women shelter homes, and I was also thinking about all those government job positions that are specifically with the women quotas. So yeah, women are getting support as well, but yeah, they're on the same side, we have to go through some stages of darkness at the same point. And I think these situations are mostly going on these days in villages areas, I guess. And yeah, in cities it's quite better, but there are few people who are very much educated and experienced and learned person on high job authorities, but still they have a mindset that is very backward, and they don't want to let women to come out and be themselves, because I had a conference on gender equalities few years back, and I really like the thing our trainer was talking about, is that why educated men are not willing to bring women forward is because they are afraid of a woman, that they already know that a woman is someone, a very strong person, and they can beat them, and they are able to do multitasking, and once they are on a platform they could make things quite productive, and so they will lose marks if they allow women to come forward. Therefore they are like always willing that women could not come forward, and they keep on hindering their path. So he explained his own story as well, that why that he knew that his wife was very much compatible, but he didn't wanted her to come forward, because once she will beat him, and then she will be getting empowered. And yeah, so he was like also ashamed or for his thinking, and then he said that he is quite changed person, and his wife is still a CEO of company. But yeah, there are things when people just try to become hindrance in your path, but your destiny is ordained and your purpose is set. And yeah, you just have to believe in yourself, and once you start believing in yourself, you start valuing yourself. No matter what people say, no matter what you are right now, you have to know your inner peace, you have to know your inner voice, you have to listen that you are not just an ordinary person. See,
Yeah,
sometimes
exactly.
it's like you have to praise yourself. And
Yeah,
I
so
don't know how many.
Nina, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What kind of responsibility should the next generation have to do? Okay, so Nana, I have a question for you. is that what kind of responsibility the next generation should take or do.
Okay, I think there is a lot of responsibility that we can and our next generation can take to bring peace in our society. Is that, yeah, firstly, they have to think positive about themselves and every other person. Secondly, they have to quit leg pulling, because in most of the societies, I've been observing that if one person is kind of achieving more, even both of the friends, if friends are working hard but one is moving forward with his or her effort, the other would, like, maybe in friends, but still he had that conflict within his or her heart against his friends. So I think they should not feel bad about other success. Instead, they should support them in this our world will be at peace. And yeah, girls should understand themselves and others as well. And yeah, you should be responsible for your own values, whatever values or faith you are following. So once you know your values about good and bad, and you control yourself, whether it is your aggression, whether you talk about your conflicts and your jealousy towards other will automatically be having their rights. They will be enjoying, and everyone will be enjoying peace at world, I think. So yeah, what do you say, Solen?
Well, what I think is what kind of responsibility should the next generation to take is providing peace. That's in the first place in a different way that can be in a more real by their actions, not just words. And also the way of preventing it. There are several things that they need to fulfill it, and like the way of thinking and the whole critical way of their character that has to be changed already, not just in them but ours too. And the best thing and the good thing that they really have to focus on is to understanding both sides before judging, is like putting yourself in someone else's shoes and try to live the way they're living, so they can continue. You can continue too. And exactly knowing their values, and not just try to be friendly with each other, try to be happy for each other's success, not just be jealous and sit in a side. Maybe me and Nina are both of us are successful people, but in different way. So in some time I have to come to you and tell you, Nina, maybe you have to do more. I'll give you more introductions. Maybe you'll come to me and do the same thing. So that's the things that should be done for the next generation. Also, not forgetting their educational background, because it's one of the most success in our life. Even if you did whatever you want, but if you don't have your certificate, if you don't have your educational background, you will know more, or you will be knowing nothing, because most of the things that we learn is living half of your life in school, learning new things about the things that maybe your family doesn't know how to treat you or to teach you about it, is also the school is also part of learning some respect and the way of talking to each other, because all I see now, the next generation that they're coming up is they don't even know the real word for polite, everything they want to eat everything, they want to have everything just really without working hard. We should stop the families that they give the full everything to their children without even thinking. Because if you did this, if you provided everything for your children, they will be out of way, you know. They will be freely, they can free themselves, they can feel themselves like free in every way, not just in their between their family. Because if you realize that there are some people, the kind of people, the people who are abusing others is those people who've been given everything to them, you know. And so I guess these kind of stuff has to be changed so we can continue. And also try to understand women, not just youth. Try to understand the word peace and word women in every way. And I hope everyone liked our subject, actually, and I hope it was interesting for everyone. Maybe we forgot several stuff to say, but I hope we did our best so we can let them understand the way of living right now, because everything is just not just easy, but there's hard things at the same time. So we have to solve both of them without giving everything of ourselves, you know, without giving the chance of other people abusing us to give them what they want. But we have to have our personalities, our strong personalities, so we can defend ourselves, defend our rights as well. So, Naina, I guess you were shocked.
Yeah, and it's time to conclude now. And yes, you're right. We could not manage so many things because we have huge amount of information, and we have just these 20 to 30 minutes, and it's like we have to share so much of our part that we could not manage to bring in everything at the same platform.
Yeah, because we're messing up with some our languages and sayings too, but we still did our best.
Yeah,
Naina, and I guess we should do something else. Is giving the men their rights and tell them, don't worry, guys. You also can help us with something because you're the other house that can support women. Just support them. Don't stand against them, right?
Yeah, exactly. And also I would like to share something is every woman. I don't know whether you are listening to me or not, or you'll go through this video one day.
Yeah, listen to Naina, guys.
So I just want to say that not everyone would get the support, a positive support, but you have to know about yourself. Just take care about your mental and emotional health. Please, ladies, it is very important.
Stop being depressed.
Yes, don't get depressed. Value yourself. You're something different. You're special, and you have to be yourself. This is what Girls Peace Talk is about. You have to believe that you're something special, and yes, you can make so much of yourself. Like you can make changes all around the world, and yeah. I have to mention so many things. And
if you didn't get what you want now, but they will get it for later.
Yeah, you can just meet Solen, my friend. She is one of the wonderful person, and she kept her peace, and she knew herself that she could be something. And yeah, here she is with me.
Thank you, Naina. And meet my other friend, Naina. She did her best to continue, and also she was completing everything I've been saying in this conversation, and I was so blessed to have you with me today.
Yeah, so ladies, just keep on fighting, and yeah, one day you'll achieve. So thank you so much. It was really a pleasure to be with you guys, and yeah, we will be coming back with so many other interesting peace talks. So stay tuned. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, maybe, Naina, one last thing I want to say. We should tell them to the girls around us or any other people is if you want friends, you can have it wherever you want. Because today I got a friend from Pakistan, which is we're way more far from each other, but we enjoyed so many things together. So don't care about the gender, don't care about the color, just be yourself and love everyone around you. And bye.
Bye.
Bye.